How many episodes of black on white crime have we seen? 5, 10, 20, 50. Black people beating the hell out of a white person or a white couple. Or maybe a series of home invasion robberies against old people, old women, old men. And then how many times have we seen a reporter look right into the camera, knowing full well that this pattern of black on white crime is wildly out of proportion? How many times will they look into the camera and go, you know, we just can't figure out what's going on here? Well, this is not one of those times.
A family came to us and told us they'd received an unwanted birthday surprise.
Right, and Harry Boomer joins us now with the details on this, a big cake mistake.
Well, Mark and Denise, at first glance, one of the two cakes ordered for a little girl's birthday party did have a racial slur written on it. Was it intentional? That's the question the family and Cleveland 19 had.
That was not right at all, and it really upsetted a lot of people at her party and her.
Ronell Tucker is 6-year-old Lamaya Tucker's grandmother. She ordered 2 cakes over the phone from this Dave's supermarket. This cake came out just fine, but the second cake had a major misspelling on it. Instead of Lamaya, it spelled a variation of the N-word.
I was very upset and angry, and I felt it was racist to me because how do you get one cake wrong and one right? You had to notice the mistake.
Lamaya's mom, Ashley Hayes, noticed the mistake as she was taking pictures at her daughter's birthday party.
She started crying. She was upset. All of the other kids knew the word, so they was like, oh, they put that on her cake. We all was like in shock.
They called the store and things escalated.
It's no mistake with an M and an N or a G and a Y. It's no mistake with it. It really upset me.
I called the man who runs Dave's, Bert Saltzman, and he got busy finding out what happened and why.
If you look at this, could be an N,
the way it's written.
And this, the Y could have been, and the girl was, she had a bunch of cakes that day.
Ronell Tucker and Bert looked at the paperwork and discussed the possibilities.
I do have to apologize because I think the manager that handled it could have been handled in a better manner.
We'll work it out and just leave it as it was worked out and everything was cool.
Well, apology accepted, and little Amaya's family is satisfied with the way things worked out. I have to give Bert Saltzman of Dave's credit for not ducking the issue, and the family credit for being willing to accept a mistake.
Well, are you convinced yet that black people are relentless victims of relentless white racism all the time, everywhere? That explains everything, especially why white people are always misspelling birthday cakes. Wow, this great lie just has a lot of different faces on it, doesn't it? The greatest lie of our generation, the hoax of black victimization. Even the President of the United States and all of his minions, they're having trouble finding cases like this. So what they talk about now are microaggressions. They talk about subconscious racism. They talk about these studies at colleges where they flash pictures in front of people's eyes and certain things happen and certain things don't happen. And that's proof positive, again, of this relentless white racism that is just everywhere. Or they just make it up. Outside of Philadelphia in Delaware County, students received a threat on Instagram saying how I'm coming tomorrow, I'm going to kill all black people. Well, it turns out a black person sent that threat. If you read the story, it's weird how they don't really tell you what the threat was until way at the bottom of the story. Then they say, oh yeah, that's been happening in other places around the country, but no big deal because the authority said if the girl is amenable to rehabilitation, we will charge her as a juvenile. Why do people always work so hard to pretend that this black on white hostility is not a problem? Why do they work so hard to ignore, deny, condone, excuse, encourage, and even lie about it? But yet we see all this black on white crime, this black mob violence, and everybody looks at the camera and tries to pretend they don't know what's going on. Well, this is what we know for sure. There's something really, really, really crazy in this country going on when in a town like Cleveland, where we've documented a ton of black on white crime, black mob violence, black on gay, black on old, black on young, black on women, that goes unnoticed by local and national media. Anybody who brings it up, the media does the opposite. They try to marginalize them, vilify them. But yet we get this clown with a made-up story about a birthday cake. Did that little girl seem upset to you? Liniga. A lot of people ask on our YouTube channel, okay, Colin, what are we going to do now? Well, that's an easy one. Whatever we do now, I know the exact first thing we have to do. We have to speak the truth and demand the truth. We have to call out the liars like the people we saw on this story. This is Colin Flaherty reminding you, if you're ever in Cleveland, well, do three things. One, that's a very sketchy, lots and lots of Cleveland are very sketchy, so you have to be a little careful there. Two, go to a birthday party, I would stop at the bakery and check the writing on the cake well in advance. And three, don't make the black kids angry.